I think we talked the other day about leftover bolognese and we made those little bolognese pies. You might have that additional bolognese that you want to do something with, and this I love. It's a bolognese pasta bake. Really simple. You've got all the ingredients. I've pre-cooked that pasta, so that's all done. Okay, pre-cooked, drain into a dish that you're gonna you can fit it, and this will feed sort of 4 or so people. See if you can put in half of it roughly. That's probably a bit too much because you want to be able to load in the bolognese as well, and a couple of other things. So I like to do a few things here. I want to put in as much bolognese as you can and let it just kind of sink all the way through and round, mixing that through, making sure it doesn't spill. Now we're going to put a kind of a topping on it as well, so make sure you do have enough space to do so. I'll probably cook too much parsley there, that's okay. That's usually a little treat for Maggie. She gets a little bit of that pasta at some stage. So just putting all that bolognese sauce in and really just letting that get into as much of the pasta as possible. Okay, you can see that getting in there. Mixing it in a little bit, really trying to fill some of those air gaps. Like to whack in a couple of things. Now you could put in whatever you like here. A little bit of spinach on top. As I said, there will be a kind of a top to this as well. Before I do the other part, pardon me, I want to crunch up just some nuts here. I just want to do a little bit of a topping for it. You could do cornflakes, you could do floury, crumbs. I've got a few things I want to mix in here. I've got just some peanuts in there, some cashews, just breaking those up, making those a little bit small. This gives it that awesome little crunch on top when you cook this pasta bake. And then once we've done that, it's in the oven for just to heat up, because remember, it's all been cooked. So it's just heating up and kind of browning up that top as well. So I've got a little bit of, it's not really hot, it's chilli flavouring there, chilli powder, not too much. I've got a little bit of garlic powder there and some salt. People might remember the issues I had with my garlic powder container. That's been resolved. So just mixing that through there, crunching that up. Now in another bowl, what I'll do is, in another bowl, I'm going to transfer that across, but also just put in some of these panko breadcrumbs. Okay, and then again, enough to kind of mix it through. A little bit of cheese in there as well, and really just getting that all into the one container, which we can mix through as well. Okay, so you've got your garlic, you've got your salt, pepper. Actually, I don't know if there's any pepper in there, that's okay. And just mixing that through, trying to keep that mixed through as possible. And then that's your topping, right? So hopefully that cheesy bit will kind of soak through that crunch and give your pasta bake an awesome flavour on top. Okay, so just where you can, just spreading it over the top. Coming back if you haven't made it as thick as possible. And really giving it that kind of flavour. Now, just use the rest of the cheese just on top, covering as much as you can. As I said, it's already been cooked, so it's just a case of heating it up. We'll heat that up in the oven, 20-30 minutes, around 180 degrees, and we'll show you the end product.